Good afternoon, honorable educators, chairperson, and audience. I'm your Dinesha Fobindi Iransha from SMK Sri Lalang. I would like to present you with a speech entitled The Impacts of Literature on Youth. Ever since I was little, stories have been a significant part of growing up. Reading books like The Tales of Peter Rabbit and The Very Hungry Caterpillar Before Bed was a bedtime routine which I very much cherished. And it was where I could escape into another world. To say the least, not much has changed since then, and presently, on most nights, I still enjoy reading. Despite my limited experience with the literature, it is without a doubt so much more than that. It has transcended time, survived numerous eras, and is still with us in this modern age, continuing to be inseparable of the society. This brings us to the question: how has literature remained relevant through all this time? And what significance does it offer, especially to the younger population? Dear respected educators, to begin my speech, I would like to offer you the textbook definition of the word literature. It is a term used to describe written and sometimes spoken materials. Derived from a Latin word, literature means writing formed with letters. Literature most commonly refers to works of creative imaginations, including poetry, drama, fiction, non-fiction, and in some instances, journalism and songs. For the majority of the younger generation around the world, our first formal encounter with literature comes from educational institutions. Reading and writing have been introduced to us from an early age as a part of the educational system. Through literature, we learn to appreciate words and the power they possess. We travel to other realms and times through the materials perused. Appreciating the history, understanding the origin of all cultures and others, obtaining the perspective of others, and resonating with the pain and joy would then become natural to us. These skills help broaden our horizon and are critical for decision making. Concurrently, we shall become more resilient, more understanding of the adversity of others, and most importantly, differences and diversity become something that we celebrate and not fear. Ladies and gentlemen, literature is a vessel of knowledge. Millions of books published around the world to serve as a portal for us to tap into new knowledge. It helps develop characters, expands vocabulary, increases empathy, as well as promotes positive social interaction among us. In addition, literature helps to form our identity and navigate the way in our self journey in order for us to better articulate our voice and sense of self. This strengthens our self image as to live authentically is to be able to express oneself accurately. Respected audience, evidence shows that youth respond positively to literature in regard to stimulation of emotions, empathy, and positive social behavior. From educational angle, literature is an excellent supplemental materials in many classrooms and provides values in historical context, among many others. Language learning could also benefit greatly from its application. Language is learned through exposure to comprehensible input, and literature provides youth with various opportunities to receive this input and develop their lingual skills. Dear honorable educators, chairperson, and audience, without a doubt, there are always two sides of a coin. An African proverb once said, "There is no rainbow without rain," which symbolizes that the most beautiful things in life come with challenges. Although literature brings a lot of benefit to youth, there are lots of drawbacks. Some literature materials, such as present-day movies and songs, contain explicit elements. For instance, violence, drug abuse, adult themes, and offensive language. Undeniably, these elements could invite unwanted impacts on youth. Without the proper guidance, attempting to replicate these behaviors could cause harm to the young minds. Consequences vary from negative health issues like obesity, substance abuse, such as methamphetamine, exposure to diseases including HIV or AIDS, and lastly, mental health issues. It could also affect our social interactions. For instance, cursing and swearing might be normalized, and it could also aggravate our aggression towards others, which may cause abuse, fight, and violence in general. Despite the drawbacks, the benefits of literature greatly outweigh the potential disadvantages for the youth. Cautions need to be exercised in choosing the appropriate literature materials. When done right, literature is a great cultural legacy, and it connects us not only to our own identity, but also our heritage and the world at large. With all the good reasons to embrace literature, I, Urdina Shafa, would like to call us the youth to celebrate literature and make it a part of our cultural identity. With that, I thank you.